What's up, you guys? It's been a pretty stressful last couple of days. We've been dealing with a eBay, I don't even know what you call it. It was an item that was returned, but basically we got scammed. This week we were supposed to do the Facebook Market Flip video, the second Facebook Market Flip video, where we talked about in the last video where we spent $1,000 on car parts and tools. But this week we're going to talk about if eBay still has the seller's best interest in mind. So stick around and let's get into how we got scammed. So I want to say about, I guess it was last week or the week before, we sold a pair of retro Jordan 13 size 13 starfish. I'll put the picture up so you guys can see it. We originally got these shoes in Nicole's first unit that she bought. You've seen her in the unit where the kayak unit she was in, but she actually purchased 2 units a couple of weeks ago, but we lost that footage due to corrupt SD card, which sucks. But she worked really hard. She found 2 units. We're still trying to recover that data, but I don't think we're gonna get it. But she paid like $400 or $500. One of the units was full of Jordans, about $2,000 worth of Jordans, and so she's got them all listed. We've sold a few pairs, and we had just, like, with the sale of this pair of shoes, we had broke even on that, so everything else would be profit. So we had these shoes listed for, I don't remember what we had them listed for, but we accepted an offer on them and the buyer didn't pay. So after 4 days you can cancel it due to the buyer not being paid. Well, he kept sending messages, I'm gonna pay for them, I get paid Thursday, I get paid Friday, yada yada yada. Didn't pay for them after 4 times, so we canceled his order and relisted them. And typically people block buyers that do that, and I'll do it if they do it twice. Like if you relist it and they try to buy it again and basically they're holding you up from selling it, I'll block them the second time. But after we relisted it, we raised the price a little bit because we've been playing around with eBay's promoted ads, so we raised the price just a little bit more, and it popped up on our send offer screen. So I sent an offer, it was accepted, and I was thinking it was going to be the same person because the same person accepted the last guy had accepted an offer. Well, the eBay ID was different, so this time it was a different guy, and we waited a day or two. We sent a payment reminder, and he said, I get paid on Friday at 12:30, I'll pay for them then. Well, I don't want to say he bought them on Wednesday. We ended up paying Friday afternoon, and we sent the shoes out. Oh, well, before he paid, he wrote us a message. Maybe I can find the screenshot, and he said, I pay $124, not $134, which I'm assuming he accepted our offer, but then he had to pay tax. So I don't think he was too excited about paying tax. But anyway, we shipped them. We were actually out of town the last couple of days, and I had he ended up wanting to return the shoes. Like the same day he got the shoes, he ended up wanting to return them, which I thought was weird because because of his comment, and I'll try to get the screenshot for the comment, but it was like, I pay $140 and the shoes have damage or something. I don't remember exactly what the comment was, but I'll try to see if I can't get it. And it didn't match description. The shoe doesn't match the description is the reason for the reason he selected for the return, which for that reason you have to provide photos. Well, he took a picture of the outside of the box with the label, didn't even take a picture of the shoe, so that's already kind of weird. And I'm having a brain freeze, hold on. So anyway, he ends up sending the shoes back to us, and they arrived while we've been out of town. So we come back, we get everything situated from being out of town, get everything, you know, all of the car unpacked and all of that stuff. Well, we're going through, we got a couple packages show up and actually a couple returns. So I'm going through the returns. Well, I get to his and I open the box and there's a pair of Puma shoes in there, which we'll put a picture of those up so you can see the Puma shoes in the box. So my Jordan box is gone and my Jordan shoes are gone. Well, on the return screen, I select different item arrived or something, and it asked me to put my pictures on there. So I put my pictures on there and I'm waiting. Well, I get a notification a few hours later and it says, hold on, I think I have it pulled up. We reviewed the case and decided to issue the buyer a full refund. We received tracking information from the buyer that shows successful delivery. A refund of $124.15 was issued. This amount will be recovered from you by eBay. This case is now closed, and it just disappears. So this guy's got my Jordans in Alabama for free. And so like $120 is not a lot of money, but like when you do this every day, and like we pride ourselves on like having good marks and having good reviews, and for like, to me that's like a bad mark. And so like I'm spun out, and so I guess all I can focus on is this, and like there's nothing that I can do because like it's been closed. Well, I get an email like the next morning saying, if you would like to file an appeal, click here. So I click on the link and I file my appeal to this return. Let me see if I can't find it real quick. Well, it's not going to say. I'll see if I can't find the screenshot, but I wrote an appeal basically saying that this guy returned the wrong shoes, and like I can't relist the item because I don't have the shoe. Typically when you get a return, you should be able to relist it and just put it back in your inventory. Well, we couldn't relist it because we got the wrong pair of shoes, and so I uploaded the pictures again to the appeal and basically saying I can't relist this item, and like, you know, what are you guys doing to protect sellers on this platform? I mean, I wasn't like rude, but I mean basically documenting my hesitations or frustrations on the appeal. So I submitted the appeal, didn't hear nothing back, and I've seen horror stories on YouTube, and typically it's best to, like, if you think you're getting scammed, to file a police report. So I call the precinct in Alabama where the guy's from, and I'm like, hey, I want to file a police report, and they're like, no, you can't file a police report here, you got to use your local police, and then they'll contact us. So I call the sheriff's office close to us. I tell him what happened, and he was like, well, it's going to be really hard to prove criminal intent, and if it's not criminal, it's not really our issue. So basically we went through this long conversation basically saying like there's a 5% chance that he can help, and 95% chance I was just going to be out and I needed to work it out with eBay. Well, I hadn't heard anything back from eBay, so I'm talking to the guy. So he takes the customer's information, his phone number, and he says, well, I'll look into it. And he said, I'll spend a little bit of time on it, but I can't promise you anything. So he gives me the police report number. So Me, with my experience having watched YouTube videos, if you have a police report number, that typically means that you're being serious or you're being honest, and eBay will work with you if you have a police report number. So I contacted eBay through the app, basically saying that I needed to add something to my appeal, and what I needed to add was basically the police report number. Well, they couldn't understand what I was trying to say through the messaging, so somebody called me, and I told the lady exactly that I wanted to add the police report number to my appeal. That way we can have it for documentation purposes. And she goes, oh, all you need to do is sign an affidavit. I'm going to send you the affidavit. And I was like, do what? So she sends me the affidavit basically saying that I swear or promise that the buyer didn't send back the wrong shoe, and I had to take a screen. They sent it to me on like a letterhead, and I had to sign that, basically saying I promise, and turn it back in. Well, when I turned it back in, I also turned in pictures of the wrong shoes in the box, and I guess they were going to. The police had said something about it too, like both of us were supposed to sign saying we swear, and then if they could prove one of us wrong, then eBay would take legal action against whoever was lying. Well, I sent it in, and then within about an hour, maybe two, I got a, I got a notification saying that they received my paperwork and that they were reviewing it. And so like that was yesterday. So all day yesterday I was like panicked out about like, am I gonna get my money back? But like the crazy part about it is like they said they reviewed the case and then they just gave him his money back, and like I had my documentation, so I felt like I failed for like a good half of the day. Like, what am I missing? Like, what's the deal? Well, I woke up this morning and checked my email, and they reversed their decision, they said, and so we ended up getting our money back. I don't know if eBay paid for the shoes or if they took the money back from the guy. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it was a huge ordeal to try to get somebody from eBay on the phone. And I think since I had the documentation that I had and the police report, I really think that helped. So on this one, sellers win, I guess. That's typically, I have good experience with eBay. We've had a few things in the past that I didn't necessarily agree with, and some things that I kind of just have to suck it up and eat. And as long as it's not too bad, like I'm okay sucking it up and eating it, because I mean, like, it's just a cost of doing business. But I was really worried for a second. As fast as they just gave that guy his money back and like told me I was out, I was really worried that they weren't going to have our backs on this one. But they did, so I'm very glad about that. Again, sorry that we're doing this video. I had to vent out some frustration this week, and share my experience, and I don't know if it'll help anybody that deals with returns or dishonest people. But we'll do the Facebook market flip video next week. If you guys have watched this far, make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe. I think that's it. I hope I got all the screenshots up for you guys to see. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. So just an update from that last little bit. I filmed that little bit in the car, and about 4 or 5 hours later that evening, we get an email from customer support, basically like recapping the whole ordeal of this case. And I will put the screenshots up on the screen, but I'm also going to read it. It says, "Hello, Jordan. My name is Francis from eBay, and I received your case regarding the item Starfish Jordans you recently sold. I understand you received a different item back. I received the signed declaration that you provided. Please be assured I'm here to help you." This is after I got a message saying that the case was closed and I got my money back. "I have reviewed the details of the case, including the exchange of messages between you and the buyer. I appreciate how you handled this case and the buyer with utmost professionalism. This only shows that you are an asset to the eBay community. I honestly believe that you have done your responsibility for this transaction to go as smooth as possible. eBay does not see or handle items, so it is difficult for us to determine the exact condition of the item when it was sent or received. Good news, I reviewed the case once again, and I'm happy to inform you know that your appeal has been granted. Again, this is after I've already gotten the message and my money back. The full refund will be processed from you, and this case will not count against your seller performance dashboard. We want to let you know that you did your part in this transaction and were not at fault here. And you are not at fault here. Note, if you feel a buyer is taking advantage of your return policy, you can report them anonymously to us. Our buyer risk management team will look over it. That account's history for abuse. We can't disclose any actions, blah, blah, blah. To avoid this in the future, which is a big thing, if you think the buyer is suspicious or their claim, you can file a report to eBay and we'll monitor their buying activities. Again, that doesn't protect me specifically in the future. So what am I supposed to just report everybody that wants to do a return? I don't know. I assure you that we are doing our best to make eBay a safe and reputable place for buyers and sellers to do business. I am confident that I have resolved your concern and that the information I have provided has been helpful and will strengthen your trust on our website. I wish you the best in your future transactions. Thank you for doing business in eBay since 2007, and we are looking forward to doing more business with you. It's been a pleasure to assist you, Francis. So, like, again, this is after the thing's already been closed. But, I mean, I guess they were nice enough to, like, follow up with me. I did watch a couple of YouTube videos where people were saying that they had already appealed one return case and then they couldn't appeal anymore or couldn't appeal any. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that I wish they weren't so quick to snap to a decision to give the guy his money back, because then it had me all spun out like all day Sunday and all day Monday. So, like, I wish they could have, like, reviewed it before they made a decision and had me, like, do all this extra legwork. Because, like, I mean, all I do is basically sign a piece of paper saying that I was telling the truth, which I was. But, like, it sucks to have to put somebody through all that. I mean, whether it's $10. I mean, just imagine if it was, like, a $10 thing and you done spent 2 or 3 days, you know, messing with a $10 return. I mean, I guess you could just give them your money back and move on. But, like, with it being over 100, I mean, you got to fight for it. So... But that's it. Sorry to kind of throw out the routine with different style of video. We got some more source videos, some more flip videos coming up. So if you haven't already, we already said like. We'll say subscribe again. But stick out. We got some cool stuff hanging around. We'll catch you in the next one. Appreciate it.